Fasih Khan. I live in Leicester. Yeah.
So how do you think you're treated in public as a Muslim in Britain?
I think we can split this into two. We can split this to being in Leicester and being treated as a Muslim in the rest of Britain. I think Leicester itself is not too bad. There's been very rare occasions where I felt marginalised, victimised because of my beard or because of being a Muslim. However, there have been times where I've been in other parts of the country and the treatment is very, very different. So I think as Muslims we do get victimised. We do are always looked at with, that evil eye. Is he a terrorist or is he going to be doing something bad? But I mean, my experience in Leicester have generally been quite positive. So I'm not going to say that I'm always marginalised in Leicester, because that's not been the case.
So have you ever faced racism or Islamophobia?
I personally haven't. I'll be honest with you, I haven't ever faced any racism, apart from the usual, a group of yobs shouting out "you paki" or something along those lines, which I haven't personally taken as racism against me. It's just a group of yobs, looking to spend their time. But I haven't, but of course I know lots of people who have, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So do you think it's something that often happens?
Islamophobia? I think without doubt. I mean, you look in the media and you look at the way the stories are published. All stories, I mean, if somebody does something, it's Muslim bomber has done this, Muslim thief has done this, as opposed to just a normal person like it is for everybody else. So I definitely believe that Muslims are stereotyped, and whether this is the media, whether this is in public, whether this is with jobs, I think Muslims generally are stereotyped, absolutely.
How do you feel about groups like the EDL or the BNP?
Well, I mean, I think for me the EDL are a group of football yobs, again, who are looking for ways to spend their time. They have nothing productive to do with their time, and they go on the street and they create a big hoo-ha. Now, what I find very funny about the EDL is they come out and they talk about they want to get rid of Muslims because we're extremists. But in their own right, they're extremists themselves by preaching the hate that they do, by coming to Leicester and going and breaking shop windows. I mean, I was working in hospital that day, and we had police officers coming in with broken legs and lots of other innocent people. And the irony of it all, for me personally, was when a few EDL members came into A&E with broken fists and other things, and they were treated by Muslim doctors. At that point, they were happy to be treated. It wasn't a case of, you extremists, get out of my country now. So I just find them very hypocritical in their approach, and I think they're just looking to create trouble. And really, what they're going to achieve, they're making our life as Muslims not any more difficult, because people will actually look to see what Islam is all about, and it raises awareness about the religion. I mean, they do our job for us.
And the BNP?
The BNP are similar, I mean, just not on such a violent level, but the BNP are absolutely similar. I mean, if you look at what Nick Griffin has said in the past and some of his comments, I mean, they're absolutely deplorable, they're pathetic.
Do you think Muslims are treated like other minorities in Britain?
No, I think other Muslims are treated worse than other minorities, as I explained. Muslim Burma, Muslim this, Muslim that. There's a very negative stereotype against Muslims generally, and there's not that same stereotype against Hindus and Sikhs and Somalis. I mean, of course, who are Muslims as well, but I'm talking about ethnicities. I mean, if you just, sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay. Do you think Islamophobia is spreading?
I think Islamophobia is spreading. It continues to spread. The media does not help. But at the same time, if you look at the rates of people accepting Islam, they have increased dramatically, especially since September the 11th. So despite Islamophobia spreading, there still is more people accepting Islam, which I think speaks volumes about the religion.
Do you think the increase in the amount of people turning to Islam might have something to do with the Islamophobia itself?
Absolutely. I think that the secular government and the Western government fears that people are turning to Islam, and there will be this very strong, united Islamic force, and they're doing everything in their right to deter that, to prevent that from happening, whether that's attacking Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, or whether that's having Islamophobia within their countries in the West. I think this is all a Western ploy because they fear Islam. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.